Hello and welcome to Mary Makes. I'm Mary and today I wanted to share about my design process and how I went about making Mega-Dino. This video is going to include clips that I recorded while going through the actual design process, as well as me recording on today, February 13th, to help fill in the gaps. In the beginning, I actually didn't record anything because I didn't think this was really gonna happen. So since I went viral for crocheting jumbo dinosaurs, I would get the question, can you make me a bigger dinosaur? Can you make it bigger? Some folks I think were joking. Others actually emailed me through my website asking how much for a custom order human-sized dinosaur, and I was like, no, it's not possible, I can't do it. And over time, as I got more of these requests, I kind of just was wondering if it's possible. So my notebook at this point is filled with really bad doodles of dinosaurs. I'm gonna show you one of the pages, but please don't judge my drawing skills. I got a B in intro to drawing. This is why I crochet. So here's the first page in my notebook. I am not very good at drawing, but I used the lines in the notebook as 5-inch approximately units, to approximate my 8.5-inch, my 14-inch dinosaur, 24-inch, and finally the 40-inch, which is what Mega-Dino is. The next page in my notebook is where I drew one with stripes and one with spikes. Ultimately, I ended up not going with stripes just because I get a lot of questions right now with mini dino and how, depending on your yarn, hook, and tension, how you crochet, your stripes might not line up or might line up differently from how mine do. So, decided to forego the stripes on this one. But as you can see, I just wrote down what I thought the pattern was gonna be, tried it out, crossed it out when it didn't work out, tried it again, and then this continues on for several pages. Honestly, when I look at this now, I can't even figure out what is still correct. And I even had to go off my notebook onto a scrap piece of paper to help me figure out the spacing. I'm just drawing myself doodles. Eventually I typed it out, so here's my typed out version. But at least I like to start going through on the notebook just because I'm a very pencil and notebook person. In between writing the lines, I'm actually working on the dinosaur now. So you can imagine what I'm doing is crocheting a row, writing it down. If I didn't like it, unraveling it, crossing it out, writing more lines, and I'm just kind of trial and erroring it. So this is the first prototype. I made it with gray yarn just because I have a ton of gray yarn. I never really used gray yarn for anything, but I bought a ton way back when, so now I have a ton of gray yarn, but it makes great testing yarn. Anyways, this first clip I'm about to show you is actually from August 12th, 2023, when I finished this guy, the first Mega-Dino prototype. All right, had to document this because I'm so proud of it. This is the first prototype of Mega-Dino. I am happy with the feet, how these are so wide and spaced out. And if you look at Mega-Dino from the bottom, it just has a nice triangular base, so it will stand up properly. I will have to rework this tail though. I think it is way too long in proportion to Mega-Dino, and something happened with the shaping here, so I need to, I don't know, take out some increases at the top there. And I'd like to, I'd like the tail to be a more smooth shape along with the arch of the back. But yeah, we'll do some minor tweaks to the body, but I'm pretty happy with the body. I'm happy with the arms. Arms turned out good, but yeah, woo! This next clip that I'm going to show you is from August 24th, 2023, and it's after I finished the body of this dinosaur. This is prototype number 2. All right, I just wanted to get a video of this point in the creation of Mega-Dino because I am really happy with this is the completed second prototype. After completing the first one, I decided the first one was way too squat, so I wanted to lengthen the torso. And then I also did not like the pointy tail, so I docked the tail a bit, and I also smoothed out this like weird bump here. I mean, there's still a little bit of a bump, but I already like smoothed it out. Like I put all the increases in here except for the last couple rows, so like that is gonna be the shape that it is. And then yeah, I am so proud of Mega-Dino prototype number 2. This is what we're gonna go with. It's the final one. So while I was making prototype number 2, I was really in awe at how it compared to my other sizes of dinosaurs. So here it is next to an 8.5 inch, and here it is next to a 14 inch, and here's just the torso next to prototype number 1 when I was just comparing them. I really was like not documenting this as much as I wanted to for like the sake of YouTube, because at this point in time I wasn't serious about YouTube yet. Oops. This next clip is actually from January 11th. I didn't really work on Mega-Dino over the next couple months because my shop got busy with like my anniversary sale, getting serious about YouTube, working to restock up for the holiday and then the holiday season. So I didn't get back to it until 2024. Okay, so I decided to go with spikes for Mega-Dino because I just thought that with how many rows and how many stitches in this pattern, I could do stripes. Like I can just mark my stitches and go back and count. But I think that for ease of making, that stripes are going to be difficult, and already as it is I get a lot of questions about stripes on my mini dino patterns, so stripes are a real struggle. So we're gonna go with no stripes instead we'll have spikes. With the spikes, I first made this like really pointy spike and I was like, nah, that ain't it. And then I made a more squat spike, and this is the way to go. And then I just like decided on 8 spikes because 8's a lucky number. I don't know, Year of the Dragon, dinosaur, woo! So once I figured out that I was happy with the prototype with, you know, size 4 worsted weight yarn, I decided it was time to make it with the jumbo chenille yarn. And I don't have like a video clip of this at all, but I have some photos. So you can see here the head being completed, and then me starting to stuff it. I had to have it upside down and like stuff it and it was just a really big workout. I remember like thinking, wow, why am I breaking out of sweat by stuffing this huge dinosaur? In this next clip, I'm going to show you me sewing on the arms, and all of this is pretty recent now. Alright, here's a progress video for the vlog. I should have recorded one before, during, or after I was making the body. I made the body with the jumbo chenille, and it's huge, and I am now working on sewing the arms onto the body, and it's just massive. I'm so freaking excited about what a huge dinosaur this is, and I'm pleased with like the neck stability. Obviously it's like a lot of weight on its head, but I think I did pretty good myself. Look at that. Oh, it's a hefty boy. Oh, and I thought I should show off like a comparison of like making this pattern with regular size 4 worsted weight, as well as compare it to like what I call jumbo dinos. So first, the hands. These are the hands for the jumbo dinos I make. This is so much smaller than this hand. The feet, this is the size of the feet for jumbo dinos, and this is the size of the feet for Mega-Dino. The tail, this is the size of the tail for Mega-Dino, and this is the size of the tail for jumbo dino. And then the spikes, I mean, the spikes are unique to Mega-Dino, so I'll just show you the spikes compared to the prototype to doing it in chenille. And yeah, I am excited to get this all sewn up and completed. All right, the arms have been sewn on and I've laid Mega-Dino down, face down, almost like he's here for a massage, you know, work out the tension in those shoulders. But what I'm gonna do now is do my best to attach the tail on and keep it centered. And what I'm aiming for is like, assuming the arms are centered, the tail is gonna be centered based off of the arms. Oh my gosh. Let's go, I just have to do it now. So here is a time lapse of me sewing on the tail. As you can see, I am using size 4 worsted weight yarn to do the sewing. This is because it's just a more durable material than trying to sew with your chenille yarn. Also, it's more cost effective in addition to being more sturdy. So I definitely recommend using that worsted weight yarn to sew with. All right, I just finished sewing on the tail and I'm pretty proud of the work I did. It is symmetric and lined up with the arms, and this tail combined with the 2 feet is what's gonna allow Mega-Dino to sit upright, because as of right now, without feet, Mega-Dino does not stand up by himself, but he should. I hope he does. Please stand up. I can't believe I'm making such a big plushie. I obviously I've never made one this big before, and I'm just thinking like, should I make a pattern for this? Would anybody actually want to make something this big? Like, I mean, I am enjoying it because it is just so fun, so novel, so challenging. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you think I should release a pattern for Mega-Dino. All right, I just showered, got back from the gym, and I am ready to sew on the feet onto Mega-Dino, and here goes nothing. So during this time lapse, I am lining up the feet, making sure they are symmetric, and I'm positioning the feet on the bottom of the body, and of course sewing it with regular worsted weight yarn. And I am stuffing as I go, so I try to get most of the foot sewn on and leave, like, you know, between maybe 5 to 10 stitches left, just enough for me to get my hand in to continue stuffing and shaping the foot before completely closing it off. Okay, here's the moment of truth. I have finished sewing on most of the feet. They still are not like completely tucked in and finished yet, but I need to see if this will stand up. So here we go. Oh my gosh, it's standing. It looks so good. Wow, I can really appreciate this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna finish up sewing on the feet now. Wow, I can't believe I made this. Holy cow, wow. All right, there it is with all the feet sewn on, completed. The only thing that's left for me to do is to sew on these spikes, and then Mega-Dino is completed. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this. This is just so cool. I've never made such a big plushie before. Wow. It's like so hefty too, like holding this. I think this is, I'll have to go weigh it. I think it's like 20 pounds. We'll see what it actually weighs. So what I'm trying to do now before I sew on the spikes onto Mega-Dino is use another piece of yarn, this time not to mark my row start and row ends, but to mark where the center line is. So you see this pink piece of yarn? It is going as close to center as it can be behind the head, the back, and the tail. And I'm nervous. I just gotta sew on all of these spikes and make sure they end up straight. So let's actually do it. When it comes to sewing on these spikes, I had a specific place I wanted to place the tail spikes. Like, I didn't want my final tail spike to be on the very tip. And I also wanted the spike in front of that to kind of be partially on the body, partially on the tail. So I sewed these on first and then sewed the rest of the spikes on. I left about 3 rows of space in between each of the spikes just so they would have the same distance between them. Oh my gosh, look at this! It's completed! Look at my Mega-Dinosaur! It's so freaking massive! I am in love with this thing. I am going to remove my guidelines now, and that's it. It's done. I can't believe I just finished the longest and biggest project of my life. What do I do with this now? Dang. Oh wow, it's gonna take me a hot second to unweave all these lines out. Wow. Okay, and just for reference, I did bring up a jumbo dinosaur. That's this guy right here. It looks so small compared to this mega dinosaur. Yeah, I can't believe I did this. This is just crazy. The most useful things about having these guidelines, it's just like a piece of yarn that I wove, along the center symmetric line to keep me on track when I was sewing on the spikes. Sewing on the spikes wasn't that bad, and yeah, it's done. Woo. I have 2 different guidelines here, one that was doing perfect center and one that was actually catching my, helping me count my rows. So this one, you'll notice it spiraled to the side, but ooh, okay, there we go. All right, here's the side. Oh, here's the front. We have approving head jiggles. Here's the other side, and here's the back. Oh my gosh, I need to go weigh this thing. I want to know how much this weighs. This is insane. I do know that this took me a whole 10-pound bag of stuffing, as well as part of most of that bag of stuffing. So yeah, I'm gonna go weigh that bag of stuffing too. Okay. I went to weigh Mega-Dino, and Mega-Dino weighs 19.2 pounds. For reference, this guy, I think he only weighs around 3 pounds. Let me just double check. I can use the small scale for this guy. Oh, I'm in grams. There we go. Yeah, this one's only 3 pounds, 2 ounces. This is 19.2 pounds. That's crazy. I did weigh this bag of stuffing. This is what's left over from a 20-pound box. So I used a full 10-pound bag of stuffing, and there is exactly 6 pounds left in here. So it took 14 pounds of stuffing, and the rest is all yarn. Oh my gosh, it's massive. Look at that. It feels like this should be heavier than 19.2 pounds, but I guess it's because of how bulky it is. Huh. You're not even 20 pounds. Okay. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you found it interesting and entertaining to see me develop and work on Mega-Dino. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of my YouTube videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!